Namaste, angels. This is the bi-weekly reading for the sign of Virgo through February 16th. So God willing, I'll be back here on or by Monday, February 17th with your new reading, by which time your ruler, my ruler as well as a Gemini, Mercury, will have gone retrograde. It goes retrograde on that Sunday, the 16th. So we should have a lot to talk about that next time. We got some good stuff to talk about this time too. Your energy is a lot like that of Taurus, which I just did before you, although some of the cards are different and or in different placements. For example, they had the Ace of Pentacles also, but it was here rather than here. And where you have the Six of Pentacles here, they had the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. That was their overall energy. I also talked a lot about death with them, although death didn't show up in their spread like it's here in yours. I talked about death. I talked about transition, and a card even fell out of this deck indicative of the end of a chapter and going on to the next one. It's called the gateway, and I said we needed to walk through the gateway or not. It's a choice, right? We have free will. So like I said, I had talked about transition and transformation and sort of like the phoenix, the energy of the phoenix, which is also connected to the sign of Scorpio, as is the death card in the tarot. So some of you could be having some sort of involvement with a water sign. And I have also been talking a lot about earth and water in a general sense. If you've seen my weekly general and or love readings for the collective as opposed to particular elements and or signs. Also, the energy of not only earth and water, but actually Virgo and Scorpio tends to come up quite a bit for me and or in my readings. And I know more than one. I know a few Virgos with like a Scorpio moon or vice versa and stuff like that. So some of you could be here for that reason. This is appropriate for you. Sun, moon, rising. Maybe you're dealing with somebody that's a Virgo if you're not yourself a Virgo. And so welcome for this reading. So the card, again, that is your overall energy. Okay, that reminds me. All right, so I started to say the card that represents your overall energy here is the Ace of Pentacles upright. When the Ace of Pentacles shows up in your reading upright, it means you should be feeling, very optimistic, hopeful, positive about your future. Things should be going well in the general sense. If they haven't started already yet, expect them, things to improve and to be going well by the end of this 2-week period for you. You could also be starting something new very soon. It could be something that just seems like a blessing for you, like abundance, like it's coming from the hand of God. Although, not all of us, God may not look like this, or his hand may not look like this to all of us. You can imagine whatever kind of hand you feel is appropriate, or the hand of the universe coming down to hand you some sort of abundance. Perhaps it is Venus herself, right? She is a ruler of the sign of Taurus, so of earth energy, and the planet of abundance. She rules abundance. She rules love. She rules all these things that we want to have. And she's a gift giver. She's a gift giver. And actually, the day on which I'm recording this reading, which is February 3rd, not only is it the feast day of St. Blaise, or one of his feast days, I corrected myself in my weekly general reading. I said, I made a mistake in a Taurus reading a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago. I said that off the top of my head, the feast day of St. Blaise was February 11th, because I've got this like energy that came up about him or about the need to communicate something. And I said, people may want to get their throats blessed. Well, anyway, I went to do the general reading yesterday, and on the Christian calendar was saying it was the 3rd. And I'm like, that's funny. And Our Lady of Lourdes was the 11th. But come to find out, one of my, most loyal subscribers, actually a fellow earth sign, she's a Capricorn, she, messaged me on my email and said, Queen, you're always right. Yes, it was the 3rd. So you were right to mention that too, but it's also the 11th. In Latin countries, they celebrate him on the 3rd. And in the other countries, they celebrate him on the 11th. In any case, anybody wanting to go get their throat blessed, if you didn't do it today, you can do it on the 11th in the Roman Catholic Church. What else did I want to tell you about the wonderful things? Oh, so I had picked up this card, and right behind it was Major Arcana card 17, which equals 8. And 8 is about abundance. It is in supreme math. It means build, destroy. I've been talking a lot about build, destroy, because February 2nd and February 11th both equal 8. And I felt that sort of energy coming on for us for at least like the past 2 months. And build destroy is basically the equivalent of, if you're not with us, you're against us. If you're not for us, you're against us. If you're not building, you are in fact breaking down or destroying. If you're not contributing, you're taking away. In addition to that, major arcana card 17, the star, represents the sign of Aquarius, which is all about freedom and humanitarianism. And there are a lot of bodies, planetary bodies right now located in Aquarius, sort of trying to, promote this freedom seeking for us and for us to break away from things that have been holding us back. So that can be why the energy of death is showing up too, because it wants us to transition from something in the past, right? To break away from that and to move forward to our future towards something better. The star is also about communication. And so this can be some communication that you're receiving, maybe via particularly some sort of technology. Maybe you're exchanging photos with somebody or videos, or talking on WhatsApp or FaceTime or Skype or, text or something like that. Or doing some online dating, more so than other means of communication. And the star is about being blessed with things for which we prayed. I feel like I started to talk about something else that I ended up not talking about, but that's okay. Maybe it'll come back to me. But maybe we've prayed for some sort of blessing, and here it is, right? Again, the hand of God or the hand of the universe, sort of saying, okay, this thing that you've been focused on, you made a very positive focus, intention on something, and here I am to fulfill that. This is you manifesting when the Ace of Pentacles shows up, also with the star. And that, I might as well move on to this deck here, because we have, I picked up two. We have a card at the top called Miracles. So that's again, things happening for you, wishes coming true, dreams coming true. Things that you've been asking the universe for are materializing in your life. Maybe even surrounding some sort of union. And tantric union for me is a higher level than, just regular physical union or connection or 3D union. This is we're able to speak to each other with our mind, even if we're, at a distance. I haven't seen you, we're in separation, whatever. This is a real, genuine connection. And when you do get to come together, it's something explosive. And one of the things that I think I started to say was that Venus had a transit today on the 3rd with the planet, the sign, energy of Pisces. Venus entered Pisces, which is ruled by the planet Neptune, which is all about higher love. That's why this is reminding me of what I started to say a few minutes ago. All about higher love, unconditional love, the deepest and most, subconscious areas of ourself, the parts of you where you can't lie. It's those depths of you know what you really feel, what you really desire, all about you. Those inner parts of you know more about you than you on this plane do yourself. And we can sort of join those things of ourselves, those aspects of ourselves with that of another, when we're in this kind of tantric union connection. So really awesome for that. This was a card, this emergence card was one that came up in the Taurus reading for them, although it's upside down here for you guys. And now that I've picked it up, I see here there's more of this energy of the sign of Aquarius and also water signs with the mystic. It's a very high priestess / star kind of card for me. And then here we have earth, air, and water, all three coming together with inner child. And again, of the air signs, mostly or the strongest would be Aquarius coming through, because very strategically on each of the communication centers, so in the crown chakra, the third eye chakra, and the throat chakra, we do see the star, which in the tarot, again, as we just saw here, is representative of the sign of Aquarius. Now, what's really kind of funny is that I had avoided telling you that the star, not in this deck, but in this one, had jumped out of the deck as I was shuffling for you. I was going to mention it, but I just hadn't yet. And you got your own, you got a star here anyway, so It's like, even though I didn't say so, the star was going to make sure that it came through for you guys, and you guys were aware that your dreams were coming true, that you're in this really, really strong period of phase of manifestation, which is pretty awesome. So wow, okay. I don't know if you guys can see that already, just because I picked up this card, but I'll talk about what's underneath it. So it's the Prince of Summer. The Prince of Summer is a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, or someone likened to those traits or attributes if it's not an actual direct water sign. He is romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and enchanting. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. Again, some of you may have prayed not only for abundance, but abundance in an area of your love life, like true, genuine, deep love. And that's what that tantric union is representing, sitting here right underneath miracles, right? Coming true, even though you weren't sure how it would actually enter your life, if it's possible. Yeah, with miracles, of course it's possible. What I got excited about was that it's another Ace of Pentacles. So you got one here as your overall energy, and right underneath the Prince of Summer, which gives us, it's another indication that for some of you, what you've been praying is love and or a mate, or deep, if it's friendship or family, just more genuine and deeper connections and things that are fulfilling to you emotionally. Even if it's something having to do with a job or a living condition, or whatever, something that's very touching to you. Again, it's going to make you emotionally fulfilled and happy. That kind of abundance is for what you've been praying is what is on its way, and or is here already for many of you. And apparently for earth signs rather in general, at least based on you and Taurus thus far. You can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or a promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment. Or a relationship, a really awesome relationship, friendship or improved familiar relationship, business relationship with someone, or again, romantic partner. And atop the Angel Tarot deck is the Four of Air, Four of Swords. It's time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. This meditation can also be part of the manifestation that you're doing. You got to meditate or make a focused intention on those things that it is you're trying to bring into your life. So that can be something. Some of you may actually need some rest with all these pentacles showing up. You've probably been working rather hard. And it is, like you, to work hard as an earth sign in general anyway. So you may have been putting a lot of effort out there toward everything, or any and everything that you're doing. And some of you may be planning some sort of trip. Like this would be a vacation in the planning stages, or a move in the planning stages. And, upside down here, speaking of a potential move, you do have life experience or the Tower, which also was a card that showed up in the Taurus reading. And for me, the Tower can be about an actual tower, structure, building, like a home. So again, somebody may be planning or thinking about, at least considering or praying on an opportunity to move house. All right. Or move, to a new job, relocate, or something like that. So the card that's most directly representing your energy this 2-week period is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Six of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards, whether it's upright or in reverse. It is about generosity. It is about gifts. Like I was talking about Venus, and I said she's a gift giver. It is about the universe wanting to gift us, wanting to bless us, wanting to help us, wanting to assist us, whether it's like in a direct sort of sense or by way of an earth angel, right? It sends it through another person that is generous to us or is helpful to us, or gives us some sort of break, cuts us some slack in some sort of area. When it's in reverse, it can often be about, it's still about generosity, for the most part, but it can also be about us missing, right, some of the generosity that's before us, not realizing that some generosity is available, or that we ourselves have the capacity to be generous, or to the extent that we have the capacity to be generous. We might not be realizing it, like, oh, I can't afford to give, I only got this, or I don't have any time to spare to help you out. We're not really necessarily giving a full consideration and looking at the whole picture of how we can afford to help. And when we do make it our business to afford to help, that's part of the manifestation process and the way that the law of attraction works. So this card also wants to remind us of that, to open up our eyes and realize that to not accept help that's there for us is like, there's an old expression, you cut off your nose to spite your face. And also, we need to realize that there's further meaning to the word being generous and giving and contributing than to just think about money, right? There's other ways. Sometimes you can offer your prayers and support, right? That's free. And, the scriptures say where two or more of us are gathered, there so am I, as in the universe or God or, whatever, the creator, whatever it is in which you believe, if you believe at all. It's about us putting our heads together for this manifestation process. So on my own, I'm capable of manifesting, whatever it is, quite a bit, but whatever it is, I'm able to, but with help from other people, because even I call upon others to help me when I'm trying to do a really huge healing. I've had clients with cancer and stuff, my own mother included. So when I'm trying to do that, I ask for help from other people. Maybe they can't afford to, give any money towards it, but they can afford to offer their focused intention, their prayers. And I take that too. But there's other means of helping people on a voluntary basis or through our energy, through our time, maybe just being a listening ear. And we don't always realize that we have the capacity to do it. And we don't always realize or consider that when we do, we are making ourselves or keeping ourselves as part of that cycle of the way that abundance flows. All right. So that's your overall card, or the one most directly representing you. In terms of the surrounding energy, friends, family, co-workers, things going on around you, your card is death. And this can be about situations, people, places, things that you've gotten used to. They've always been around, they've always been there. That maybe they're not going to be anymore. And that's very likely to your benefit. It's not like a punishment to you that some things are leaving. It's like you have moved beyond these things. You have elevated beyond them. Your vibration is increasing, no longer aligns with some of these things from your past. So it's time to let them go and to move on. It's about transformation, transition, major change. When it's upright like this, it's very deep transformation, and very likely to be both internally and externally. So like there's a change going on with you. Again, your vibration is increasing. You are changing as a person, as a being. You're growing stronger. You are evolving. And so the outside, your environment, therefore, also must change. The people that you spend your time around also must change. This is like a full transformation, like you're getting a makeover. Death does not mean people see the death card and it can look scary to some people. It is not about physical death. In my reading, sometimes I do pick up physical death and passings. I'm sure I've talked about it in some of you guys' readings, Virgo, but not from the death card. This is about like spiritual death, emotional death, maturity, right? So your immaturity sort of dying away and you maturing into this new person, like that T.I. song, like the old me is dead and gone, right? So this is like the new me. Somebody around you may be going through that if it's not you directly. And sitting atop your position of love, then there could be something about clinging to a relationship of which you need to let go, especially since, now this is me jumping around because I wasn't up to love yet, but especially since the Six of Cups in reverse does tell us, those of us that are already in a relationship, well, whether we're in a relationship or not, the Six of Cups in reverse tells us we're probably going to have to start dealing with some sort of issues that we've been avoiding with regard to love. And if we are in a relationship already, we're in this committed relationship, it's very, very likely and possible that we've been sweeping things under the rug. Maybe the fact that the relationship is dead and it needs to end. We've tried to hold on to it anyway, or some other topic, something else that, we need to leave in the past, but it's going to remain in our present until we address it, right? And allow it to be left behind. We've been sweeping things under the rug, and in order, probably in order to keep the peace, right? Keep the harmony between us. But it's rising to the surface to be dealt with through this very strong and karmic energy over which we have no control. That is death. Now, we do have control over our actions and our reactions. So how we react to the situation, or what action we take with regard to the situation, is completely within our control, our free will. But we can't stop what's coming. We can't stop the change that's coming. That's above us now, as they say. If you're single and looking for love, the time has come for us to look at ourselves and to say, what might I be doing or not doing that is maybe blocking me, or attracting a particular type? Am I holding on to something from the past that is affecting me in my present? These are things you're going to want to consider about you in terms of love if you're single and looking. Jumping back over to the 10 of Cups in reverse, in terms of work and finance, which is the position in which it is, your work, you may not have, if you have your own business or if you work for somebody else, whatever the case is, you might feel like you're not exactly where you want to be. You don't have everything you want to have, or that you deserve, or believe that you deserve in your work or in this own business. You think that you should have skyrocketed by now. You're really offering a good product, or you're really working hard. You're giving your all, and it doesn't seem to be translating to this or this, right? What you're being reminded of with the 10 of Cups is, again, that you don't want to cut off your nose to spite your face. Right? You don't want to piss off your client base or your customers or your boss or whatever. With that, you just want to remain upbeat and positive, like the Ace of Pentacles guides you to do. Remember, abundance is mine, right? It is here. It's coming. It's both. Thankful for what I've gotten so far. Thankful for what's on its way, in the future, all of that. And that's what this card reminds us to do, to remain positive, to remain happy about the future, optimistic and positive and expectant of good things to come. It's sitting next to the 6 of Cups in that love placement where I said we may be sweeping things under the rug, including the fact that maybe a relationship needs to end because it's sitting here under death. And the 10 of Cups can tell us that if we're spending too much time like questioning our relationships and dreaming about it, and maybe in particular the one that got away. And so that may be what we've been ignoring and sweeping under the rug. Now, for some of us, this one that got away may be one that we really want back, and maybe not. Maybe, so let me break that into three groups, not just one that we want back or not. This one that got away. And I think I talked to you guys, Virgo, about one that got away the last time I did your reading. So there's some of you still got this scenario going on. Okay. The 10 of Cups is saying that we're thinking about it a lot, and reminds us that we may want to pay attention to the here and now. But since it's crossing death, since death is sitting here above your relationship placement, there is something of which you need to let go. Now, that something may be the one that got away, or the memories of the one that got away, and the whole scenario. Let that go. Or, contrarily, for some, what we may need to let go of is this current relationship that we've been holding on to for the sake of keeping the peace, maintaining the harmony, not ruffling any feathers, or, once you commit to somebody, you're supposed to stay in it, even if you're miserable and, You feel like you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. You're supposed to do that for the sake of maintaining a relationship. No, you're not. Okay, that is a belief that many of us have. It's a belief system. That may be what you need to allow to die. That whole belief system, these behaviors that you've been holding on to from the past, as fear of evolving and fear of growing and moving forward. But the third group would be those who need to let go of both. Yeah, I'm thinking a lot about the one that got away because I'm not happy here, but I don't need to be with either one of y'all. And so you may want to let go. The thing about these partners, mates in our heads, right? These dreams, like, the way we remember people from the past is that we may remember situations a lot more perfect and happily than they were. And then we try to, actually get together and it's not the case. But again, on the positive side for you guys, you do have the Ace of Cups. So there is a new beginning awaiting, whether it's with an existing partner or it's with this person, the one that got away. There is a new beginning for you. And it is something for which you prayed. So whether you prayed for your relationship to be healed, your current one, or for the one that got away to come back, something's happening. Now, on top of that, again, you have the Prince of Summer or Knight of Cups. And for me, the Knight of Cups is often about somebody returning to your life, right? It is an ex or somebody, a friend from the past that's coming back and potentially can make us very emotionally happy in this time. So maybe they were just a friend before, and now we're going to get involved in a deeper commitment, because what represents deeper commitment? The Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, and you've got two of them. So whatever your choice, whatever it is you want, it looks like you can have it here, Virgo, but it is going to take some of that very traditional, at least as it relates to the tarot, Virgo energy, and that is that of the Hermit. You are going to have to go within. Am I spending too much time thinking of this dream person that in real life, that's not really how they are? And I don't want to lose the relationship that I have already for that. So maybe I should let that memory go. Or am I holding on to this person just because, like, for the sake of holding on to them? For some of us, this is the decision we have to make. This is why the Four of Swords is here and why we need to meditate on some things. Am I holding on to somebody that I've outgrown spiritually and emotionally? We're not in the same dimension. We're literally in two different dimensions because I'm vibrating higher than them. And that's neither of our faults. It's just the way that life works and how souls evolve and grow. And so it's time to move on. And I got to let go of that. I can't keep fighting the universe. It's like trying to go against the current when you're in the sea, and people drown like that. You just can't do it. And again, alternatively, it's two of these things. I got to stop dreaming and having relationships with fake people in my head don't exist. But I also got to get out of this relationship that I'm in that is toxic, that's holding me back, that doesn't work. And I got to, once I do that, when I let go of those old things, then boom, something new comes from me. Right? Miracles happen. Now, another thing can be we want this person from the past, but we can't figure out how could I possibly, like, there's no way we could possibly get together. There's no way it could possibly work out. We got to let go of those kind of feelings. That can be what the death represents too. And those kind of thoughts. And again, be positive and optimistic and believe in miracles. Have some faith. So further to all of this for you guys, we have advice cards. For the masculine Virgos, whether you are male or female, it's the Nine of Water or Nine of Cups. So this is your third wish card. Because I told you one star jumped out, right, as I was shuffling for you. It jumped out of the deck and landed on the table. And I started to just stand it up here for you, but I put it back in the deck. Now you have a star that showed up for you right here underneath your Ace of Pentacles, and now the Nine of Water or Cups, which is also a wish card. Your wish comes true. It says it right there on the card. Concerns fade away and you have a love of life. So something, again, for which we've been praying or on which we've been focused, making a focus intention, using the law of attraction to draw it near us, something is here. For the feminine, your card is at least equally as good. It's the Six of Fire or Six of Wands. Victory. Good news, it's on its way. Public recognition or awards. Definitely could be in the financial sector. It could be in any area of your life. You are winning is what this card means. From the animal tarot, it's your energy again. The Eight of Autumn, Eight of Pentacles. So this is about reaping what you've sown, right? Where you put your effort, where you do the work is from where you're going to get an outcome. And again, there's really nobody that does that better than you guys in terms of the earth element in general. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. That may be true for some of you. You may want to, take some sort of class, or again, you may be promoted, maybe some sort of apprenticeship or internship or something where you can learn something new. But we can also learn something new just in life, right? The school of life, experience being the best teacher, the school of hard knocks, however you want to look at it. And in your life, where you put your effort is from where you're going to get your reward as well. You just have to choose, what's important enough for you to work on, in your opinion. Feminine, the Five of Winter. Your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion. So you stay on the side of right. But be alert to the hidden agendas of others. Other people, you're not in control of them. You're in control of you. They might not be on the side of right. Now, I did see a Five of Swords also here underneath your star. So there was room for conflict. Somebody may be messing with you, but you got so much positive energy, so much major arcana and court cards, far stronger energy than this. I wouldn't let this worry me. It also may be about you being conflicted as opposed to being involved in conflict with another person. And again, in that case, there's a need for meditation and introspection, which you guys are also very good at. And that's why the card that's all about that, the Hermit, represents you and your energy. Also, you have, again, the Six of Wands. So where there is conflict, there is victory on your part. Lastly, from the Universal Love Oracle to the masculine, healing sounds. And again, we have this water energy coming in at you. This card was underneath the card for Taurus. So I didn't mention it, but it was sitting there. So yeah, you guys got a lot of the same cards. Anyway, this is a card of that's about meditation as well. And it recommends a type of meditation in particular, and that is through sound. It's also, for me, about what we want to hear and what we want to communicate, healing sounds. Like, thank you is a healing sound. I love you is a healing sound. I forgive you is a healing sound, right? It heals you. It heals the situation. It makes things better, right? So those two are healing sounds. It's not just literal the way that I read it. And so sometimes it's all about a communication with somebody and working out a situation. And again, ceasing to sweep things under the rug and actually addressing situations and conflict. And lastly, for the feminine, spiritual growth, which is exactly what I've been talking about. You guys have outgrown some people, places, and things. And that's not a bad thing. Hope you guys have enjoyed your reading. If you did, please, give it a like. If you liked it, please actually like it by hitting the thumbs up. If you're not yet a subscriber, please do consider subscribing by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button. And if you like your own private reading from me or energy healing, or just to chat, maybe be my friend, or purchase some merchandise, Any and all of that information will be in the description box below. I don't charge people anything to talk to me, to ask me questions. I know a lot of people do that. I do not do that. I welcome the friendships. All my social media and everything will be there too. Namaste.